Hey, what's going on? It's Scott Taylor with San Diego Real Estate Hunter.com, licensed in the state of California for both real estate and mortgages with an emphasis on San Diego. Now, you are filled out an online form looking for more information regarding jumbo mortgages, and that's what this educational video is all about. Now, I already created a video on jumbo mortgages, kind of the outline or the basics of it, but I got some great questions and I wanted to do a Q&A, so that's what this is. I'll answer just a few questions. Of course, if you have any, just send them on in to me and maybe I can do a longer video in the future. So one question, of course, is explain again what a jumbo mortgage is. So there's some confusions on this, but I'll give you the real answer. And I'm based in San Diego. I do loans all throughout the state, but I'll use the numbers for San Diego to keep it simple. So you have the conforming mortgage loan limit in San Diego currently $424,100. Anything from there to the $649,750, I believe, is called super conforming or high balance. Then above that $649,750 loan amount, not purchase price, loan amount would be a jumbo mortgage. And then from there, I've heard jumbo and super jumbo and super jumbo and explain a jumbo, but anything above that loan amount would be a jumbo mortgage. Now, something that I didn't talk about, and I don't think I'll create a special video on it, is something called a piggyback loan, or like an 80-10-10 or an 80-10-5 or something like that. So one way that we could skirt going with a jumbo mortgage, so let's say you're putting down 10%, let's say, and then you have a 90% loan, those interest rates are, because it's more risk and those loans are sold off to private investors, those interest rates are going to be higher. So one way potentially that we could get around that is if we had what's called a piggyback. So your first loan could be up to that max conforming loan limit of $649,750, let's say, and then we could have a small second, or we could have something like a HELOC there. There's a lot of great options for that second potentially that we could do. Possibly the benefit of that would be that we could put down less for the down payment. We might be able to structure closing costs a little bit better because we could get a lender rebate on that first mortgage because it's a super conforming. Potentially, you're going to have a lower monthly mortgage payment, and really that's all about. For me, it's like, how do we find you the lowest monthly mortgage payment possible based off of whatever programs are there? Another great question, and a common one, of course, is, hey, Scott, I don't really understand what you do, or why would I use you versus going to a credit union or bank, which is a great question, of course. So I work for a mortgage broker. I'm in between you, the borrower, there's me, and our wholesale banks. So we're approved with a lot, I should say wholesale lenders. We're approved with a lot in the state of California, and once we get your application and all of it, I can submit it with any one of the wholesale lenders that we're approved with. A lot of times what happens is they run special deals or special rates, or we get discounts, or we get lower fees, or this month you get this fee, or this month you get a special, or you get a quarter point off, etc. My job, and why you would work with me, is I can shop any one of those wholesale lenders based off of your own credit profile. And I don't talk bad about anybody, but if you walk into one bank or one credit union, guess what? You deal with just their products, just theirs. A lot of times I hear people say, well, that's not available, Scott. I'm like, no. Where you went, it's not available. It is available other places. I know because I do it, and I have so many relationships with these wholesale lenders, okay? Now, to take that a little step further too, it's just kind of coming to mind right now. When you walk into a credit union or bank, guess what? That's called retail. So you're paying rates at retail. You're paying fees at retail. Those aren't the cheapest. Cheapest, of course, right, is wholesale. So this is why we come into play and why we can have potentially lower fees and potentially lower rates and potentially more products. All those are true. Potentially more products is because we work with more wholesale lenders than you would go into one place. Now, let's do like just one last one. So of course, what's the process like? And I totally get it. A lot of times people get kind of confused, or should I shop for a house first? Should I do a mortgage? I don't understand all the different products. So how am I supposed to know? You're not. That's what my job is for. So here's the best thing to do. Whether you use me for a loan, and I hope you do, or somebody else, you always want to get approved for the mortgage first. You want to know what programs you're using. You want to know what your interest rate is, your closing cost, your payments, how you're going to structure your offer, closing costs, etc., etc. So with me, you go to scottsloanapp.com, fill out the online application in about 20 minutes or less. From there, I run your credit. You don't pay for that, I pay for that. I call you up on the phone and say, hey, is this credit report correct? Awesome, here's our debts. Based off your application so far, based off your debts, and based off your credit score, it's looking pretty good. Now, please provide documents. And here's an example of some of the documents that you're gonna need. Driver's license, social security card, last 2 years tax returns and W-2s, last full month's paychecks, last 2 full months bank statements, all pages, latest 401k, stocks, bonds, etc. If you have any other property, we would need those mortgages. Now, based off your credit report would also be things like if you had a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 or a short sale or a foreclosure, or if you have a divorce decree, or if you pay alimony or child support, etc., etc. So once again, go to scottsloanapp.com, fill out that application in about 20 minutes. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to helping you soon.